Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my crimps on my wigs. My hair is already previously straightened, so I really didn't have to do too much to it except for just add the crimps. All you really need is hairspray of your choice. I'm using a heat protecting gloss and of course a crimper of your choice. This one is from Bedhead. I believe I got it from either TJ Maxx or Marshalls. It was fairly cheap. But since I've already, straightened my hair, it does have product already on it. So I'm just lightly misting my protective gloss, heat protecting gloss, because I don't want to weigh the hair down. And then I'm going to brush that in just to make sure all the product is evenly distributed. And then I'm also going to be going in with my hairspray all over as well. And then I'll brush that through. And as I'm editing this video, like, my faces, they're unmatched. Like, I don't know what be going through my mind, but yeah, I just thought I should say that. So I'm just starting off with my first track. In the back I quadrupled my weft, so I'm taking that very first track that I laid. Since it's fairly kind of on the thicker side, I'm just gonna, take that row and do my first set of crimps on that. Alright, so I'm going to be taking my hairspray. I do spray each section. This is just to make sure like the crimps actually hold since this is straight hair. But once I take my hairspray, I'm going to comb it through. And I do take about 2 sections. And then I start crimping. So you want to start at the very base. And I usually hold for about 10 to 15 seconds. It really just depends. But in between like 10 to 12 seconds. 15 being the longest. So basically where you end at is basically where you want to pick up at. So the bottom one, I'm going to now move my crimper and position it to the top one. So basically where you end is where you start, and that's how you get your crimps to flow. I'm very bad at explaining things, but hopefully that makes sense. So where you end is where you start when it comes to doing crimps. But yeah, you just work your way down until you get to the very end. And y'all, look at that, Sean. It's just giving what it's supposed to give. And once I get done, I do hit it again with the hairspray. Again, this is just to make sure everything is locked into place since this is straight hair. So again, you want to start at the base, the very top of the head, and then hold it for about 10 to 12, 15 being the longest seconds. And then once you lift up, where you ended is where you want to start. And then you hold for another 10 to 12 and 15 being the longest seconds. You can do that until you go all the way down, and don't forget to spray your hairspray. And then you move on to the next section. And it's pretty much a repetitive thing, y'all. It's really not that hard. Actually, a few months ago was my first time ever crimping hair. Actually, it was around my birthday, so back in June, like in the summertime. Was actually my first time crimping hair. So yeah, I like it. I think it's very cute. It just gives something different rather than like curls or straight hair or even like actual curly hair. It just gives something a little bit different. Ooh, crimps will also look cute on like burgundy hair, bust down, like, you know, like burgundy hair, like in the middle part. Like a deep burgundy, not like a more on the red side, but more of like a deep red. You know, you feel me? Do you get what I'm trying to throw? Do you catch what I'm trying to put down? And look at that, y'all. Look at that shine. Look at that bounce. So once you get to the top, I'm going to be outlining a piece of the so I'm going to be outlining where I want my hair on my closure to fall. So I'm kind of going above where like the closure little thick band is, if that makes sense. And you'll see it right here. So I want to put like a piece of the closure onto the actual like track that I have sewed, just so it can look a little bit more seamless. So I'm also going to be using my hot comb. I'm really only using that for like the pieces that I have clipped up right now. Just to make sure everything is flat, because I did have this in 2 braids beforehand. So it is kind of like poofy a little bit. So I'm just going to use that to ensure that everything is flat. And sometimes I do wiggle the hair around just to make sure everything is flat across, like while it's inside the crimper, because sometimes it tends to like bulk up. But right here, I'm just taking my hot comb and I'm making sure everything's flat, kind of combing out my baby hairs and pushing back any extra hairs if need be. I'm not using any wax or anything like that, because like I said, like this hair has already been straightened and been waxed down and everything. So I didn't want to add any more, you know, heaviness to that. So I split my closure, my pieces. I only do 2 like pieces for each section, because I don't want it to be like too many crimps up there, if that makes sense, because you want it to be flat as possible as well. So I just do 2 parts per section. And I do go back in with the hot comb just to smooth everything down once it's on my head. And that's basically it, guys. That's how you crimp. Here I'm just shaking it out a little bit. I do take like a wide tooth comb and kind of comb it out a little bit, just to kind of, it won't be like any too harsh of a lines or anything like that. I do take my comb and I comb over, you know, the closure area just to make sure everything is seamless and no tracks are showing. And I do shake out again the crimps. This is what it looks like on my head. I kind of redid my baby hairs a little bit. I'm still working on it, so don't judge me in the comments. This is what the back looked like. I did hit it with the hot comb at the top a little bit just to lay a little bit flatter on my head. And yeah, this is just very simple, easy style to do. But hopefully you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe button and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.